Hello everyone, again this is Coach Kalin. I'm here on a Sunday with our second Periscope broadcast, and I'd like to say I hope that you had an enjoyable week and that you are feeling blessed and energized and ready to tackle the week next week. Okay, so I am today again in central Pennsylvania, and I'm at a park with some beautiful scenery, and it's the time of evening is right around 6:30. So I decided to do this broadcast at a later time than the last one to just make the point that there's a different perspective of nature depending on the different time of the day that you happen to find yourself seated within it. The message that I wanted to, what's really on my heart this week to talk about, is how we all have our own unique role in life, and that's reflected by the various roles that are played by various aspects of nature. The sun rises, the moon rises, the sun sets, the moon recedes, all within an appointed period of time. And the moon doesn't try to outshine the sun. The sun doesn't try to outshine the moon. They all understand, or they each understand, their respective role in the cycle of nature. And it's a good lesson that we can all try to learn ourselves. Sometimes in life, a lot of the difficulties that we find come about because we try to assume the role of somebody else, someone who happens to be very talented in a certain area, and rather than staying in our own lane and developing our unique talent skills toward our own personal greatness and destiny, we try to co-opt the greatness of someone else by mimicking them and not being respectful of our own individual talents and gifts and role in life. So what I'd like to do is just talk about that a little bit. What I find interesting is that each morning we're ushered into a new day by the sound of birds chirping, singing their magical songs to welcome us into a new day. And then every evening, like right around now, you'll hear a chorus of crickets chirping, if that's what they do. I'm not sure if crickets chirp, but I'll say that they chirp. But they sing their song, and they let us know that they are taking on their part of the day. The evening belongs to them. They usher in the evening. They give us the signal that the time of the day has changed, and now we're in a different cycle, and it helps to set us up to prepare ourselves for the end of the day. And so what I'd like you to take away this week is to sit back, find the time to sit in nature and reflect as to whether you are serving your own role, accomplishing your own purpose in life, or whether you're trying to co-opt somebody else's role. How much time have you spent thinking about why you were actually put on earth at this particular point in time? Or are you assuming that what worked for somebody else will also work for you? Because the likelihood is that the more you are trying to co-opt somebody else's experiences or successes, the less likely you are to actually find out where your own success and your own greatness and your own destiny lies. If you pay attention, you'll see ants crawling around, and they serve their purpose. You'll see birds, as I mentioned, they serve their purpose. You'll see big trees, massive trees, such as the one under which I'm sitting right now. I guess it's like a pine tree. It has its function and its purpose, and they don't intertwine. They don't, they all exist simultaneously, but they don't try to co-opt each other. And the result is that we have a harmonious um, experience in life, because we know what to expect. You know, we know what to expect from a tree. We know what to expect from a bird. We know what to expect from an ant. We know what to expect from crickets. You know, the water at the beach, at the shore, you know, it ebbs and it flows within a certain cycle, with a certain pattern, because it has a certain role, a certain function. And so when we get in sync with our own purpose, our own individual talents, our own individual skills, we are at the point at which we are prepared to reach our greatness. And you know, greatness essentially means that you are fully on course with accomplishing your purpose in life. And your destiny is the point at which your purpose and your greatness are maximized. So when you hit your stride with your purpose and you hit your stride with your greatness, you're on a head-on collision course with your destiny, which is what we all should be aspiring to achieve in life, because it's at the point of our greatness that we maximize our consciousness, that we maximize our wisdom, that we maximize our talents, that we are at our greatest point at being able to help other people, at our greatest point of learning and incorporating what we've learned to put to use toward our purpose and our greatness. So I'm going to sit for a little bit and give you time to just take in the scenes that I have around me, and maybe, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, with a few minutes of reflection, you can yourself think about what you can do to activate your own personal purpose and to maximize your greatness, to attain the destiny that was created or that is awaiting you, okay, because you're the only you who will ever live on earth. So I'm going to be silent for a few minutes and, you know, think about what I'm saying. You know, one of the greatest things that we can attain in life is harmony and balance. And the greatest way to attain harmony is to recognize your role. You know, when people fulfill their own individual roles, there's no conflict, there's no competition, and that enables a state of balance to manifest itself in an environment. So if what you want is to find harmony and balance in your life, let me suggest to you that the best way to do that is to first focus on your purpose. You know, why are you here? What are your skills? What are your particular talents? And then ask yourself, how can you put those skills and talents into greatest use for those around you and for the accomplishment of your purpose? And once you do that, you'll be on the path to finding your greatness. And once your greatness comes into fruition, then you're on a path to meeting your destiny. And the last thing that I'll leave with you is you know, a little discussion about legacy. You know, the legacy that we all have, or that we all can put into practice or begin to set up for ourselves, is, you know, what is it that our lives will mean once we leave Earth. Once we finish our journey on Earth, once we complete our Earth walk, what will our life have meant to other people, to the other people who are left behind? And you can't really establish a legacy for yourself if you don't know your purpose, if you have no idea of what your greatness is, if you haven't even begun to pursue your destiny. Your life will likely be one where you live day by day without any particular harnessing of your talents and your skills to help other people to grow in any way. And at the end of the day, what will it all have been worth? So this is, very serious stuff. It has eternal implications. So that's my message to you for this week. Spend some time thinking about, what is your role, and what are you doing to fulfill that role? What is your purpose? What time are you devoting to accomplishing that purpose? What destiny is in store for you based on the greatness that is contained within you? And once you think about all of that, what is the legacy that you want to leave for those generations who come after you? How will their lives be better because you lived? And let me assure you that one of the reasons why you were put on the earth at this particular point in history was to pave the way for those generations who will come after you. So you have important work to do, and I'm sure you can do it. And I look forward to talking to you next week on Periscope. All right, this is Coach Kalin, and I'm going to sign out now. And have a blessed week. Thanks.